Hey guys, so today I'm actually doing a video on something I touched on last week, which was tomato soup, because although I have made tomato soup before, I never considered it video worthy because it was never anything spectacular. However, we tried out this recipe last week and it was amazing. It was so nice, it was gourmet stuff. Olivia actually made this. Apparently she's not going to be helping me tonight because she's got chicken pox and she doesn't want to be on the camera with a spotty face. Fair call. Okay, so I've just put a little bit of oil into a frying pan and I'm going to start cooking either one really big onion or two small onions. I should say this is enough to do the 5 of us. Tomatoes are super duper expensive at the supermarket at this time of year, which is why I'm going to be going with canned tomatoes. This value brand, my local Pack and Save have got them for, I'm not sure if it's 65 or 69 cents per can, so it is a super cheap option. I'm going to chop up either 2 big carrots, or I've got 3 sort of smaller ones there, so I'm just going to chop these up and chuck them in. Carrots may seem like a bit of an odd thing to put in tomato soup. Carrots are actually, they add a bit of element of sweetness because the tomatoes are quite sort of acidy, I suppose. The carrot just counteracts that and it is absolutely beautiful. Just going to add a teaspoon of dried basil. Two teaspoons of crushed garlic. Or 2 garlic cloves would probably be fine too. Just going to put a couple of tablespoons of water in here and then put the lid on so it starts steaming them. So just want to let those steam and then give them another good, stir up until the carrots, until you can just sort of break them with your spatula thingy. You can break them in half. So you just want them, you know, so they can be wazzed up nicely. I'm going to add the tomatoes in. What I'm going to do is get a colander and I'm going to drain 3 of the cans of tomatoes. They're not the easiest things in the world to drain, just give them a wiggle. The reason being, the juice that's in there, although it's really handy, it's nice juice that's in there, it can make the soup a little bit watery, I find, if you add the whole can of tomatoes in juice. So I add 3 cans of tomatoes in juice and I drain 3 cans and just add the tomatoes. Now of course the juice, keep hold of that because you can use it in other recipes, mix it up with some mince or whatever. But also you may wish to thin the soup out later on, personal preference. So you've always got it there to add it. Okay, then I'm just going to add 1 OXO cube veggie stock. Salt and pepper, just personal taste. I'm going to get my stick blender, give that a whiz up. I'm making my own bread. I'll put a link down below to my bread video because that as well, it is such an easy thing to do. And boy is it so worth it to have some nice homemade crusty bread to go with this. That's good stuff. I'm going to, as I say, personal taste, I'm going to add just a little touch more salt into there. But other than that, that's beautiful. And then I will show you how we dish it up to make it look just gourmet, I tell you. This is the bit that makes it gourmet. Got my homemade Greek yogurt here. So I actually made this yogurt a bit thicker than I normally do. I let it drain for a bit longer, so hopefully this will still work. Let's get a decent spoonful like that. Dollop, and then just do a nice little artistic. Okay, that didn't end up as artistic as I'd planned. It still looks pretty good though. Look at that. Yeah.
Yum! Even better than I remember.
This is not bad. This is not quite on par with Olivia's, but not bad.
Hey. That is beautiful.
It is good
That
stuff.
is yummy. I think that yogurt makes it. Just that little creamy element.
I think that yogurt just makes it look fancy.
I like it better than last time.
Sam reckons it's better than last time. My version.
Oi!
Sam reckons my version's better.
Me too.